In 2025, Gallup surveyed 3,793 young adults and asked them one question: are you thriving? 61% said no. Not struggling with money, not going through a breakup, not dealing with illness. Just not thriving, just flat. We scroll, we plan, we start things and abandon them. We move through weeks that look full from the outside and feel hollow from the inside. And most of us quietly assume the problem is personal, that everyone else has something figured out that we simply haven't found yet. They don't, neither do we. Sociologist Zygmunt Bauman spent decades studying what consumer society does to the human sense of purpose, and what he found was not a story about individual failure. It was a story about a system that runs on your emptiness, and it's working exactly as designed. The emptiness is not a malfunction, it is the product. Consumer society is not designed to satisfy desire. It is engineered to keep desire permanently unsatisfied, because a satisfied customer stops purchasing, and a person who has found meaning stops scrolling. Bauman called it liquid modernity, a world where certainty has been replaced by constant flux, where institutions, relationships, and identities dissolve and reform so quickly that long-term investment starts to feel irrational, where the effort of building something durable seems less sensible than optimizing for whatever feels good right now. This has a measurable cost. A 2025 Gallup and Walton Foundation study of 3,793 young adults found that only 39% consider themselves thriving, a 5-point drop in a single year, with declining purpose and motivation as the primary drivers. The system does not want us to feel enough. Enough is bad for business. More choice was supposed to make us freer. More connection was supposed to make us less alone. More access to information was supposed to make us clearer about what we wanted. None of it landed the way we were told it would. There is a well-documented pattern in early-stage startups. A team builds something with a clear purpose. Then a growth advisor arrives and redirects everything toward engagement metrics, daily active users, session time, click-through rates, and the numbers go up, and the team celebrates, and 6 months later, no one can clearly answer what the product is actually for. The metrics replaced the meaning. The signal became the substance. We do the same thing with our own lives. We optimize for the measurable, the visible, the immediately rewarding, and over time, the original drive, the thing underneath, quietly starves. Viktor Frankl observed this from a direction most of us will never face. In concentration camps, where every external comfort was stripped away, the prisoners who survived longest were not the physically strongest. They were the ones who retained a reason to persist, a sense that something beyond the next moment still existed. The modern crisis is not absence of comfort, it is absence of meaning inside excess. There is a principle in physics so simple, it sounds like it cannot possibly apply to human psychology. If you want to accumulate kinetic energy, move something, anything. The direction does not matter, the size does not matter. Movement is the condition, not the reward. And that principle maps directly onto 3 very specific redirections. 1. Catch the struggle before it becomes a verdict. A butterfly must fight its way out of the cocoon without assistance. The resistance forces fluid into the wings, building the structure that makes flight possible, and a well-meaning hand that cuts the cocoon open produces a butterfly that will never fly. Psychologists call this desirable difficulties. The discomfort at the edge of our ability is not a sign we are in the wrong place. It is the process by which the brain builds new neural pathways. The struggle is not the obstacle, it is the road. 2. Swap but for and, then keep moving. Viktor Frankl observed that meaning is constructed not in reflection, but in the act of continuing, and the simplest way to interrupt the cycle of excuses is to change one word, not "I want to do more, but I have no time," but "I want to do more and I have no time, so I need to find 10 minutes inside what already exists." The language shift is not cosmetic. It redirects attention from the obstacle to the next move. 3. Lower the threshold until failure becomes impossible. Stand up, walk to the window, tidy one corner of the desk. The brain's dead end breaks not through insight, but through physical movement, and the motivation that felt absent before the action quietly arrives after it, not as a reward, as a consequence. We have tried the routines, we have tried the frameworks, we have tried becoming more disciplined, more consistent, more intentional, and each attempt leaves us roughly where we started, wondering if the problem is something we are simply not able to fix about ourselves. It isn't. The problem was never personal. It was structural, built into the environment we move through every day, designed to keep desire unsatisfied and meaning just out of reach. The question worth sitting with is not how to get more motivated. It's what we were actually moving toward before we were taught to optimize instead.